your company have a purpose? Does it know its why? And if your company doesn't know its why, how do you go about finding it? Well, I'm gonna offer some very simple tools, techniques, and exercises, and even some templates, which I'll link in the video description below, which will help you work with your team and determine your why, determine your purpose, and then communicating that to your employees, to your partners, to your customers, so that everybody understands the greater purpose for why your organization exists and how they can help you in your journey to be successful. All right, stick around, let's jump right in. Money's a temporary motivator. It never lasts, right? We've all had these situations where we push for a raise, we really want a raise, or even a title for that matter. We want this and that. Once we get it, a couple months in, we're not motivated by that anymore. We're looking for something else. A purpose is a motivator that lasts, that can sustain. We're all aware of how powerful context can be, right? When we find out more about an individual, when we find out more about their personal motivators, we become more invested in supporting them and helping them. It's no different with a company. It's the exact same concept. We just need to be better at sharing our purpose and sharing our why, and I guarantee you it'll lead to more engagement by our customers, it'll lead to more engagement by our employees, and it'll help us attract top talent. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. I assume most of you are familiar with Simon Sinek's Golden Circle. If not, I'll link the video in the video description here, but let me give you a quick refresher. So what he explains is that on the outer circle here, you've got the what, right? And this is what your company offers, whether it's product, services, whatever. In our industry, it's, let's say, IT consulting services to the federal government, right? On the next circle in, you've got the how. So most companies know what they do, provide services. A lot of companies know how they do it. Well, we deploy talent to serve different projects and different contracts in support of the federal government. But in the inner circle, we've got the why, the purpose behind why our organization exists. Very, very, very few companies can articulate why their organization exists. And if you look at the most successful leaders in history, if you look at the most successful organizations in history, they start communicating from the inside out. They start with the why and they move on to the how and the what. And that is how you grab people, that's how you motivate people, and that's how you inspire people. Some of the exercises that you can run with your team, you can do surveys, you can do one-on-one interviews with people. What I suggest is the smaller, more intimate roundtable type discussions. Those always seem to yield better results. People are more transparent. People will posture less during those meetings, and you have really an opportunity to get to that next level of truth. And here are some of the questions that you can ask during those discussions. All right, so now you've got your purpose statement. How do you communicate it, right? It does you no good sitting deep in some SharePoint site somewhere that nobody's ever gonna go find. So, get it out there. To me, it starts with the recruiting. Sit with the recruiters, work with the recruiters to make sure they understand the purpose statement and that they're relaying that to the candidates they're talking to, right? Top talent is gonna be interviewing with a lot of different companies, a lot of your competitors, and something that might differentiate your company is the fact that your recruiter is tied into the, purpose statement, is able to relay that and is able to relay to the candidate the reason why your organization exists and some of the cultural pieces that make it really unique, right? I was reading an article that says by 2025, 75% of our workforce are going to be millennials. Well, they care about impact. They care about more than just a paycheck. So trust me on this, weave that into your recruiting, but also on the onboarding. Once you hire people in, make sure you share it with them as well. Branding is all about repetition. Repeat, 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 right? And believe me, people will get it eventually and people will be repeating it back to you, and that's when the magic happens. And finally, capabilities deck. Don't sleep on the capabilities deck. Nobody wants to see another PowerPoint that talks about, being able to solve mission problems with our, innovative technology solutions. That's all bullshit, right? We've heard it a million times before. Customers tune out when you say that. Potential hires tune out when you say that. Employees tune out when you say that. So say something real, be vulnerable, be honest, because trust is built over time, right? And it's really built with a series of micro experiences that you have with people that build on each other, and eventually you start to trust each other. It's got to start somewhere, and it's not going to start with the capabilities part of a PowerPoint deck. It's going to start with you leaning in and being vulnerable and sharing something real and true. All right, so it's time to wrap the video up here, but before we go, I want to give a very special leadership shout out to all of you who helped support the last video, who contributed really great feedback, really creative ideas. And, you know, in the spirit of open source leadership, you know, that's the kind of contribution that's going to make us all better as leaders, right? Which will mean we'll better serve our community, we'll better serve our employees and our customers. So thanks again for that, and I look forward to doing the next video for you. See you soon.
Thank you.